Hello everyone, welcome you all in the second lecture of live webinar series organized by Jay Institute of Nursing and Research, BISM Group of Studies, Gwalior. I, Dr. Neeraj Kumar Bansal, welcome you all and thank you all for joining us for today's webinar. Today, we are hosting the second lecture of live webinar series on the topic Physical Health and Nutrition in the Current Scenario. The aim of this webinar is to share information regarding good nutrition as an important part for leading a healthy lifestyle. Combined with physical activities, diet can help to reach and maintain a healthy weight, reduce the risk of chronic diseases, and promote overall health. At the individual level, the common denominator that drives most of the nutrition and dietary recommendations to combat viral infections, including COVID-19, lies within the link between diet and immunity. In fact, existing evidence highlights that diet has a profound effect on people's immune system and disease susceptibility. It has been demonstrated that specific nutrients or nutrient combinations may affect the immune system through the activation of cells, modification in the production of signaling molecules, and gene expressions. Nutritional deficiencies of energy, protein, and specific micronutrients are associated with depressed immune function and increased susceptibility to infection. So today we are organizing this webinar for the physical health and nutrition in the current scenario, which is the COVID-19 scenario. So for today, we have the special guest, Ma'am Dr. Priyanka Chauhan, with us. So firstly, I would like to introduce our guest, Dr. Priyanka Chauhan, ma'am. Ma'am is presently working as a chief dietitian with Bombay Hospital, Indore. Ma'am has pursued her PhD in food and nutrition and working with a profile for coordinating with the consultants and the patients, working for the food quality control and supervision, planning diet of the patients according to their choice and requirements on regular basis, planning rise to feeds for trauma patients and helping to prepare them, classes for registered dietitian interns and regular interns orientation programs for nurses also ma'am is providing. Ma'am is also affiliated professionally with the founder member of Nutritional Society of India, Indore chapter, project manager for the Kasturba Gram Society, Indore, and the member of Indian Dietetics Association, Indore chapter. Ma'am is providing diet services for more than 20 years and has a vast experience in nutritional services. I welcome you, ma'am, in the today's webinar.
Thank you.
We also have, most welcome, ma'am. We also have with us Honorable Chairman Dr. Sunil Kumar Singh Rathore, sir, Chairman, VISM Group of Studies, a person who is known for his futuristic vision and an eminent academician who has already made a mark in the field of administration by his sincerity, punctuality, devotion, and dedication to the duties. I welcome you, sir. We are pleased to have you both for the today's webinar. Firstly, I request our chairman, sir, to bless with a few words. Respected chairman, sir. Hello. Hello. Due to some connectivity problems, ma'am, I would like to Request you to kindly proceed. When sir is connected, we will continue with the chairman sir's speech. If you can proceed, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Neeraj Bansal. Thank you, Wisdom Group, to invite me on this show. Welcome, dear friends, all those who are viewing this. I welcome you all. See, we have come across a very strange environment where we are not free enough to do what we want. Now we have got some questions, some queries, where to lead, where not to go, what to do, what not to do. So here I am with some of my slides which will help you in deciding what should be the course of action in near future of your life. First of all, we should understand that COVID is not something which has come up for the first time. Like we had SARS viruses in different strains earlier also. We have swine flu, we have very many other SARS viruses. So what is important here is what should be done to prevent ourselves from all kind of viruses, not only in the present scenario, but in near future also. We should be capable enough to focus to fight with these hazardous virus actions. So first thing I would share with you is keep yourself physically and mentally healthy. Why physically? Because your body is a machine. If you regularly update it with the new kind of, your muscles are intact, your immunity level will automatically increase, your weight is under control, you breathe good oxygen, you breathe good air. What will happen is your lungs will be healthy, your cells will get fresh oxygen, they will be energetic, they will be healthy. Mentally, why mental health is important? Because these kinds of epidemics, they affect the mental status of any individual. Here, people don't know about this unknown virus. They cannot see this virus. So they are not afraid of the virus, but they are afraid of the visuals which they are getting on their WhatsApp. The people are dying of this virus. Nothing can be done about these kind of people who are affected with the virus. All the medical fraternity is helpless in front of this virus. So this has affected the mental, this has blocked our mental, ability to think and to take decisions, what to do and what not to do. So you have to be physically strong, as well as you have to be mentally also strong enough to take care of your full machine, that is your body. Next. Now, what has to be done? What is the new normal? So the breathing exercises, which are, it is an age-old or an ancient art which Indian gurus and all the masters used to teach us, that yoga and pranayam is the best thing for your body. So now pranayam, what does it mean? It's a kind of breathing exercises, different kinds of different steps of breathing exercises, in which it'll help your lungs to become more strong with more improved guard system, improved immunity, fresh air, fresh oxygen. You can take more of oxygen in your body, and it helps because when you when you do deep breathe, you take lots of oxygen inside, And that oxygen, when you take deep breaths, that oxygen goes into the peripheral cells of your body also with the help of blood transmission. So no, pranayam is the new normal. You have to go for breathing exercise. You have to improve your lung system, your breathing system, your respiratory system. You have to give a healthy lung to your body by doing pranayam. What is the need for doing all these things? It is better to remain quarantined. Is it? Or isn't it? Yes, it is good to remain quarantined, but for how long you will be quarantined? For months, for years, probably for eras? These things are there. They're with us in the past also. They will be in the future also. So what you need to do is you need to fight them out. You don't have to escape from them. So quarantine means you are escaping from the fact that there is some virus outside and your body is not immune enough to fight that. So what can be done? In fact, quarantine does make a difference. It can lead to an increased risk of chronic health conditions. You might have potential worsening of chronic health conditions. You might gain weight because you're sitting idle in one room. You're quarantined yourself. You're doing no activity. You don't have anything to do. You're not communicating with anybody. You're not socializing with anybody. So your skeletal muscles are lost. Your mental strength is also gone because you are unable to think, because you are not able to utilize the brain. Whereas if you do exercises at home using various methods, simple and easy methods, you can avoid airborne viruses and also maintain your fitness level. Your immune system will be improved. You will have lots of oxygen. Oxygen, as you know, is a positive thing. Your tissue damage will be less. More new tissues will be born. Oxygen will help in breathing the tissues and manufacturing of new tissues. What should be taken for increasing our immunity? So this is a very good question. People come to me and say, "Hum roti sabzi dal chawal to khai." Roti sabzi dal chawal. How much you are eating? Quantity? When you are eating? What is the time to eat? How you are eating? What is the preparation? Mode of preparation? All these things are very important. Nowadays, everyone is after sanitizing all the things like fruits, vegetables. They need to be sanitized. Otherwise, don't eat it. They need to be properly cleaned. Yes, they need to be properly cleaned. Yes, they need to be sanitized properly. Then only you have to eat. But this should have been done way back also. No, it is not because Corona is there or COVID is there. You are doing all these things. Once the government says it's gone, you will again be back to the normal. No, you should follow these steps throughout your life until your last breath. So what increases your immunity is what your body needs. If you put diesel in a petrol vehicle, will it work? No. So a petrol vehicle will require petrol, a diesel vehicle will require diesel. So here, what our body requires? Fresh fruits, seasonal vegetables. What is available in the market? Don't go for the preservatives. Don't go for the frozen markets. Go with the fresh markets. What are you getting in the fresh markets? Use only those fruits which are born in your land, not outside land. If you are living in America, whatever vegetables and fruits available there, you have to eat that. When you are in India or in any Asian country or in African country, whatever is there in that land, you have to eat that because that is the fresh thing. If you're going to eat kiwis or some other fruits which is not available in India, which is not born in India, what nutrition you will get? You will not get any nutrition. And one more thing, if you're not eating seasonal fruits, like nowadays, all the fruits are available throughout the year. They are not season born, right? So when you're eating any fruit any time of the year will not help in any kind. If you're eating an apple at this in these summers and you feel you can keep the doctor away, I'm sorry, dear, it's not possible. because you're eating a junk fruit, a dead fruit, because the nutrition level is already gone down. There is no nutrition present in that apple. You're eating a dead apple. So whatever you are eating seasonal and of that land. Stop eating westernized foods, the continental foods, burgers, pizzas, pastas. They are not our land foods. We shouldn't eat this. It is not going to help our digestive system, our immunity system in any way. It is just for the taste buds, and we are following the trend. That's it. And Indians are good at following, I believe. Next. Inclusion of natural food items, a necessity. The fresh fruits, the natural fruits needs to be a part of your daily meal. And don't eat for the namesake that I had one small bowl of dal. I had one serving spoon of vegetable. It was more than enough. You should go according to the recommended dietary allowances. What is recommended for you? What you should eat is important. What your body requires. What your taste buds requires doesn't mean that you have taken whatever your body wants. No. So make it sure that there should be a full meal in your daily life. Full means a Indian thali is to be there in your daily life. And not once a day. Nowadays, people have stopped using pulses in their regular diets. If there is a pulse, they won't eat vegetables. If there is a vegetable, they won't eat pulses. This is wrong. There has to be a combination of both. It is not that, yes, we eat curd, but we don't eat daily once in a while. We eat salad when it is available. We eat fruits when it is available. No, make it sure that it is there in your daily life. To eat or to breathe. Energy protein intake in critically ill patients with respiratory failures needs a lot of working out, because respiratory failures, critically ill patients, they have various problems related to blood albumin levels, serum albumin levels, serum protein levels, oxygen saturation, and all their parameters are haywire. To maintain those levels, we need to give a complete nutrition, a balanced nutrition to the critically ill patients, whether through oral intake, if the patient is able to take it orally, which is very near to impossible, then we have to go through parenteral or enteral nutrition. And these are already there in the guidelines, the European guidelines, the American. I'm talking about this since 2010, that nutrition plays a vital role in preventing yourself from the diseases, from the problems, from the hazards, from the physical mismanagement, from diabetes, from cardiac failure, from what not. Nutrition plays a vital role. But very few of us, yes, there are people who are working towards their nutritional levels, improving their nutritional levels, but still the number is very less. In India, at least, we are eating according to our pocket, and that too according to our taste. It is not only the pocket, the taste also matters for the Indians. So what is the recommendation? The European guidelines, they say 27 kilocalories per kg body weight per day should be given, 30 kilocalories for the patients who are polymorbid state, and 30 kilocalories for individuals who are like low in whose nutritional status, whose physical activities, disease status and tolerance, they are on a lower side. So we can give 30 kilocalories per kg body weight per day. But when we normally when I come across people, they are severely malnourished and they need more than 35 to 40 kilocalories sometimes per kg body weight. Is protein necessary? Yes, protein is necessary. It is not that protein is the only thing, but yes, protein is an important part. Ideally, it is 1 gram per kg body weight that the protein intake should be, which in India is very less. We are protein deficient. We do not take protein, although there are non-vegetarians also, but they are not regular non-veg eaters and they are not taking non-veg daily, so their protein levels are less. They are not able to take 60 grams of protein also, if which is like an ideal 1 gram per kg body weight, but we are not taking that. So we need to increase the levels. And these are the guidelines which are given by the European guidelines, ESPEN, for the polymorbid internal medicine patients, but this can be for anybody. So what should be the protein level? Taken 1 katori of dal, it is more than enough. So let me tell you that 1 katori of boiled pulses is somewhere around 15 grams, 10 to 15 grams in raw form, which is hardly giving you 1 or 2 gram of proteins daily. If you're taking, what should be your intake? Your pickups should be very, you should be very how much you should eat and what should be the frequency of your meals. High quality protein, again, tofu is there, paneer is there, fish, eggs. These are high quality protein, and milk proteins, casein is a good protein. Fruits are certain poor sources of protein. Why I'm saying poor sources of protein? Because they do not contain all the essential amino acids which have been required by our body, whereas high quality biological value proteins means they're the 100%, near to 100% reference proteins. Eggs are 100% reference proteins, and they contain all the essential amino acids. Prevention and treatment of malnutrition in individuals. It is not only because we are suffering, we are presently facing COVID. That is why I'm talking about this. These statements are, if COVID is not there, then also we are suffering from malnutrition. Those many people, if you can observe minutely, if you can just go through the news again, and if you can find out those who have succumbed to COVID-19 were in a very polymorbid state, and they were not that is why those people who are in a polymorbid state, their mortality rate is high because they are already malnourished. So statement 1 shares us with that at risk for poor outcomes, high mortality rate will be there. Older adults, polymorbid individuals, they should check themselves, they should get themselves screened for nutritional assessment. This is the criteria which was being mentioned in 2002. Mind it, we are in 2020. So people are talking, the scientists are talking about this assessment, nutritional assessment from way back in 2000. Statement 2, subjects with malnutrition should try to optimize their nutritional status. Diet counseling from experienced professionals. I come across very many people. They say, why do we need a nutritional counseling? Why do we need a diet counseling? We know what to eat and what not to eat. What is the need of a dietitian to counsel us? We know हमको दाल चावल रोटी सब्जी ही तो खानी है, खा लेंगे. No, what is your body requirement? That is of utmost importance. Why you are coming to the hospital if you know everything? What is the need? Why are you suffering from any kind of disorder? Any kind of, for the matter of fact, any kind of disorder, if your body is showing that, means there is some malnourishment. Your body is not able to fight with that foreign matter. Then sarcopenia, psychosocial issues, cognitive impairment, low financial income, oral problems, all these are affected with if you are not working on your nutritional status. No dietary restrictions may limit your dietary intake if you are not giving any kind of weightage to what your body, what should be taken, what is good for your body, if you're not thinking about that, then you may suffer from any kind of diseases. Statement 3, sufficient supplementations with vitamins and minerals. Nowadays, we are suffering from vitamin D and B12 deficiency. Almost 90% of the population is suffering from these deficiencies, and because of that, their immune system is also at stake. Selenium, zinc, and iron, we are not working upon that. We are not taking any kind of foods because all the roots and tubers, they are rich in carbohydrates, and we do not require carbohydrates. I don't know who said this, we do not require carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are required by our body. Although if you are overweight, you're gaining weight, you can cut down the carbohydrate levels, but don't stop eating roots and tubers because they are the richest source of minerals. Statement 4, patients in quarantine should continue regular physical activity while taking precautions. They need to go for physical activity. That's what my first slide showed. Physical activity is of utmost importance because your machine should be able to function properly. Oral nutrition supplements should be used whenever possible. If you are not, I would prefer you go by the natural diet which is available in your market. If you are not still maintaining your nutritional status, you can take oral nutritional supplements which are available in the market in the guidance of a proper nutritionist or a dietitian. Then only you should buy those supplements. And you can take at least 400 kilocalories, including 30 grams of protein per day. In polymorbid medical inpatients, older persons whose nutritional requirements cannot be met with the dietary part or oral intake because their appetite is lost because of the malnourishment as well as polymorbid stage, comorbidity, parenteral nutrition can be considered, or enteral nutrition can also be considered with such patients. So the outline of overall talk of mine is like we have been somewhere we have been working ignorantly. Whatever viruses were coming around us, swine flu, SARS, all these viruses were there with us. We were not working upon them and we were not safeguarding ourselves. So a pandemic like SARS-CoV-2 has come up, and it doesn't, and we have been taken aback. We don't know anything about it. There is no guidelines, there are no clinical characteristics, and there are no medical help can be given to such patients, and it shows a normal symptom of a flu, a viral flu, which in these summers or like rainy seasons we normally come across. So we have to work upon our immunity, and this is a lesson which should be with us till our last breath. Importance of nutrition, which we were not taking care of. Now we should understand why nutrition is important, because it helps us in guarding, in giving our cells an immunity booster. Medical nutrition therapy for the polymorbid patients, not only for the polymorbid patients, but definitely for each one of us, we should be aware of our own nutritional status. Where do we stand? As we go for an yearly health checkup, we should go for an yearly nutritional checkup also. Medical nutrition therapy for the critically ill patients, before ventilation, during or after. I believe each one of us should go for our nutritional status, upgrade our nutritional status, improve our immunity, think again what we are eating, what is in our plate, and what should be taken. So what should be taken? Now I'll come to the point. This is my best slide. I love it. This is a balanced diet. This is a pyramid which we used to study in 19s. What should be taken, how much importance should be given to, and what should not be given importance. So now first thing is the baseline. You can see there are cereals, rice. You need to give good importance to the carbohydrate levels also. You just because you're gaining your weight doesn't mean you can stop eating carbs, because then your energy level will go down, your tissue breakdown will be more, and your keto bodies will be more, uh, will be produced more. So now here we need to take carbs in limited amount, of course. Vegetable groups 3 to 5 servings, fruit groups 2 to 4 servings, milk, cheese groups 2 to 3 servings, meat, poultry if you are a non-veg eater 2 to 3 servings. Otherwise, dry beans, nuts and oil seeds can be taken 2 to 3 servings. हम लोग when do we eat all the dry fruits? When there is some once in a while an occasional feast, or there is some occasion in the family, then only we used to have dry fruits, which should be a daily meal part. Fats, oils and sweets should be in scarcity, it should be in less amount. So what we are going to lose? A chunk of activity. We'll grow out of it. That's the good news. But are we going to boom out of it or crawl out of it? That is your choice. Basically, what do you want to do? You want to come out of this boomingly, or just crawl, crawl and crawl? Try to boom out of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this very interesting session and the very informative session also, we can say. And it's, I think the people will follow the diet which they have to take, the balanced diet which is useful and which is very needy actually for one's lifestyle, for the healthy lifestyle, for being the healthy in their life. So thank you so much for this interesting session, ma'am. I think this will be very help out. We have with us our chairman, sir, Dr. Sunil Kumar Singh Rathod, sir, Honorable Chairman, VISM Group of Studies, a person who is known for his futuristic vision and an eminent academician who has already made a mark in the field of administration by his sincerity, punctuality, devotion, and dedication to the duties. Sir is running the institute, the group, VISM Group of Studies since 2006 in a very efficient manner. Sir, I welcome you in this webinar and I request you to say a few words and bless us.
सबसे पहले तो प्रोफेसर चौहान को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दूंगा कि आपने अच्छा वेबिनार दिया, और इस वेबिनार को ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए हमारे कोऑर्डिनेटर डॉक्टर नीरज बंसल, प्रिंसिपल प्रोफेसर अक्षय कुलश्रेष्ठ जी, डीन प्रोफेसर जयश्री जी, ग्रुप डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर प्रज्ञा सिंह जी, सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। वास्तव में आज कोरोना से पूरा विश्व लड़ रहा है। बीबीसी न्यूज़ या कई चैनलों से ऐसा प्रतीत हो रहा है कि आने वाले 15 दिन बहुत टिपिकल होंगे। ऐसे में ये करंट सिनेरियो में प्रोफेसर चौहान ने जो बात बताई है, जैसा उन्होंने जो भी सजेशंस दिए हैं, रियली ये समय की डिमांड है। प्रोफेसर बंसल ने जिस टॉपिक को चुना है और जिस तरह से एक रेप्यूटेड हॉस्पिटल के HOD डाइटिशियंस ने आज जिस तरह से अपनी बात को रखा है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि अगर सभी लोगों ने इसको ठीक से सुना होगा, क्योंकि हो क्या रहा है, हमारी जो डेंसिटी देखा जाए पर किलोमीटर साइज सबसे ज़्यादा डेंस है, और हमारे यहाँ डॉक्टर भी बहुत हैं, हमारे यहाँ डॉक्टरों की कमी नहीं है। कुछ भी बोल देते हैं कि आप इसका काढ़ा पी लीजिए, आप ये एक्सरसाइज कर लीजिए। जब एक क्वालिफाइड पर्सन इस चीज़ को बताता है, हम उसको अगर प्रॉपर फॉलो करते हैं तो स्वाभाविक है, क्योंकि आप इसके लिए देख रहे हैं मेडिसिन के लिए अभी भी बहुत मारामारी है, नहीं है। अगर आपको सुरक्षित रखना है, अपने परिवार को सुरक्षित रखना है, तो प्रोफेसर चौहान की कही हुई हर बात को हमें आत्मसात करना होगा, और ये बात सिर्फ अपने तक ही नहीं रखना है। आज हमारे जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, मैं उन सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आप जहां भी बैठते हैं, आपने जो वेबिनार, अगर कोई अभी भी क्वेरी है तो प्रोफेसर चौहान से आप पूछिए, उनसे वो क्लैरिफाई कर लीजिए, क्योंकि जब आप किसी दूसरे को इस चीज को बताएं और ईसा पूर्व ईसा बाद, अब बात चलेगी कोरोना पूर्व कोरोना के बाद। हम पहले क्या करते थे, किस तरह से हेल्थ को मेंटेन करते, अब हमें क्या करना है, हमें कैसे खाना है, कैसे कोरोना को हराना है, ये एक डाइटिशियन से अच्छा आपको कोई और नहीं बता सकता है। प्रोफेसर चौहान का और सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स का, VISM ग्रुप की सारी टीम को मेरा बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत। Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words.
on behalf of this BISM group of studies for speaking to our audience. Thank you so much, sir. Ma'am, we have two questions from the audience side, which I would like to ask you for the clarifications to the audience.
Sure.
The first question is there any effect of alcohol in this corona pandemic time, or this occurrence of this corona? Is there any effect?
Yes, it will enhance corona impact.
Okay.
It has a major effect. It will help corona to work faster.
Okay, so definitely this is going to harm us.
It compromises your system.
Yeah. Ma'am, the another question is that nowadays what the rumors are going on that non-veg items are should not be taken in the diet. Like rumors are there. So is there anything behind this that non-veg should not be eaten?
Basically, no. It should not be like this, that non-veg items should not be taken. It is that how you prepare those non-veg items, whether they are fresh. Again, I'm talking about fresh items. If you are taking fresh item, properly cooked item, it can be taken. And as of now, when there is change in weather conditions, the temperature is changing, the bacterial growth will be more in non-veg items than in vegetarian items. So preferably don't take when there is a weather change, when there is a change in temperature, because that will help in bacterial growth, viral growth.
Yes.
And if you don't cook it properly, then that may have an adverse effect.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to thank Dr. Priyanka Chauhan, ma'am, HOD, Dietetics Department, Bombay Hospital College, Bombay Hospital, Indore, for sharing their valuable time with us for this live webinar session on physical health and nutrition in current scenario. I also would like to thank Chairman, sir, Dr. Sunil Kumar Singh Rathore, sir, for organizing these webinars and for encouraging us to schedule such webinars for future also. I am very much thankful on behalf of BISM Group of Studies. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.